Hey guys, how you been? This is Yamura, and today I'm gonna tell you guys about a story that took place when I hosted the show Find Yourself, in which Kendrick Lamar came as a guest. For context, this is Kendrick Lamar. I started the show with asking him if his environment affected him, to which he replied that his environment molded him to be the person he is today. It gave him hardship and deep emotional stories that he expresses through his songs and music. I asked him what was the hardest thing he had to go through, to which he replied that the hardest thing was to break free of the expectations placed on him by his community. I asked him how he overcame it, to which he admitted that at the time, he didn't know where he was going or where he was going to end up, but for a fact, he knew the place he was at that point was not where he wanted to be. And the only thing he could do is change and just keep moving forward. I asked him to lighten the mood. What's his favorite color? To which he shouted mustard and said yellow, which I'll be honest, left me quite speechless. I finally asked him what he thought was the difference between change and disillusionment. He said, change is growth. You choose it. Disillusionment is when the truth hits you, whether you're ready or not. For example, you would expect Drake to have great music since he's super popular. But the unfortunate truth is his music and songs suck. But before he could finish that, Drake came into the show and threw him out. And as the great host I am, I asked Drake to help me finish the show, and Drake agreed to it. And then I asked him why he came here, to which he said he had to squash the beef. And I asked him what is something he regrets doing, to which he says probably giving energy to the wrong people, since you live and learn, and he's changing as a person throughout his life. I asked him what are some hard things that he went through. He replied that his cat Gerald recently died. And I just want to say, Gerald is not the best name for a cat. Anyways, that's just my opinion. And I asked him how he overcame it. And he said he could not fall back because of one thing, because it's just part of life, and he had to just move on. And I ended the talk show with asking him the same question on what his take was on change versus disillusionment, to which he gave pretty much a similar answer that change is something you control, but it can be for the good or worse, whereas disillusionment is when reality checks you and sometimes it hits hard. And that's it. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll come and tell more stories like this. Thank you, and have a great day.